Too hot? Ew. Like,
Hi,
again.
everybody. While we were backstage, we have been lamenting it being too hot. Brittany, our northernmost host on screen right now, why don't you tell us, just gently, how hot is it at your place today?
It's 40 degrees Celsius in Canada, and that should be illegal.
That's 104 degrees Fahrenheit in America.
For the American friends, it's 104. And it started off this entire discussion that we all had about like what's way too hot. Would you rather be way too hot or way too cold? So everyone in the comments, tell us A, what you're reading, B, what you doing with the book. Are you sightseeing? Are you getting there? Are you already there? What you doing with it? C, how hot is it where you are right now? Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Too cold.
I personally cease to function if I'm too cold. So, like, I'm gonna take the other.
No, because I prefer being too cold.
Me too.
I prefer being too cold because you can put on a jumper, you can put on a coat, you can put on,
you can layer up with blankets, you can get warm.
It is so much easier to get warm than it is to get cold. It takes so much less effort to be warm.
Yeah. And it takes less body energy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, now that we've all decided,
my answer to this is you can only get so naked to get comfortable in the heat. So
I understand.
Also,
I understand that
you can't not wear clothes at work.
Exactly.
No.
You can't leave your house
where I am, thankfully.
naked. Like, we don't live in a nudist colony. You can't do that.
Is a no from us. Anyway, we're all here. It's Thursday afternoon, morning, evening, nighttime, daytime, whatever time of the day. Hi. I am joined on screen by these lovely people. We are all in various legs of the journey to wherever we are going to. So I'm going to start and tell you that I have stretched this prompt so hard, I think it might not.
I love that.
Come on, what are you reading?
I'm reading All the Light We Cannot See.
Oh, there's a light source on there. You're good.
There is a light source on there. It's I don't have the physical book. I'm listening to it, but it's very, very, very small.
Doesn't matter how big or how small, it still counts.
Like peeking through the clouds, you can just see the moon. But also, it's got light in the title. So that was my bend and snap.
You're totally fine.
Thanks. Because I justified it in my blog.
This producer says you're fine. You're good.
There is a teeny tiny source of light on there. You're good.
Yep.
I justified it in my vlog clip with our motto of if you would be mad someone else did it, don't do it. But I wouldn't be mad if somebody else did it, so I'm going to do it.
Okay, there you go.
As a fellow team host, but on another team, I'm not mad that you've done it. So there you go.
Thank you. Shay, what are we up to?
So I am reading the rest of the story by Tal Bauer. It's already giving me 6-star vibes. I'm like 60 pages in.
Oh,
there's a character I want to stabby murder because he is an awful human being. I already ship the couple super hard. It's an age gap. There's 9 years between them, but they're like 33 and 24, so they're like adults.
Nothing.
They're not babies. Adults. And like
20s is fine.
If you are unfamiliar with this book, like my friend group, anyone that's read it has absolutely loved it. They cry. I'm going to cry. I can tell already. Because this is about it's a male hockey romance where the older of the couple comes in because his buddy ends up finagling it so he can be on the team because the team captain is abusing his teammates.
Ugh.
In all ways, like to the point where this man has copied keys to the rookies' hotel rooms.
Oh,
this is the man I want to stabby. So Morgan, the guy that's brought in, basically decimates everything within a 24-hour period and is starting to set things to rights.
Oh my God.
And then Shay, the love interest, is like 24, baby blue eyes, like is a caregiver, caretaker. Like, I love them already. So I'm here for it. I've almost cried already. Again, the amount of times I have said, where's my knife in my annotations of this?
Here, I brought you this.
Yes. But So yes, this is Steph from Novelty Corner. This is her traveling copy. And so her annotations are in it. And Heather from BookTube's annotations are in it. But yes, it's perfect. Our light source is right between his legs. So I have all sorts of feelings about that. But I love it anyway.
I love that.
Beautiful. When you said about hockey romances, Kayla put up a vlog like yesterday / yesterday before yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my list to watch.
There was a clip of Liam in it, or Liam was on her Instagram story as she promoted it. Liam is her son.
Yeah.
And she basically went copy paste. He is the absolute image of her, and he's so different to that he would look, because
Liam is her perfect little mini me. He is like the perfect blend of the two. I don't know why, but
I picture blonde in my head.
Of her and her hubby, they are very much the same.
Yeah.
Like Brittany. Liam is a carbon copy of them. It's adorable. Yeah. Yes, Brittany.
I'm still reading The Shadow Rising. I'm almost done.
God bless you.
It totally counts for the prompt too, so lucky you.
I still have to get to the other cities. So
oh yeah, that's right. Blah.
It's fine. It's fine. We will get to all the places.
See, I like the series, but seriously, Robert Jordan had too many of the samey names. It's hard to keep track.
I mean, could we at least have started some of the names with a different letter? Like, do they all have to start with the letter L? Do we all Aes Sedai start with the letter L? Like, I cannot differentiate that. I so agree with you.
It's the truth.
This book was rough because we met so many Aiels for a few chapters, and I was I thought the Aes Sedais were bad. Oh no,
you're even worse.
No, oh man, it was rough. Everyone.
Do you have a book in mind for the next city?
Yes, but I'm behind y'all. But I'm gonna get caught up on this. Like, it's fine.
We're gonna get you here during these sprints. I just know it
because I have a U-turn to still do, so I have to finish this one too.
Oh God, yeah.
But then I'm gonna do The Brutal Telling.
Oh yeah.
Really thick books, Brittany.
No. This is a cozy mystery. It's really short.
Louise Penny reads really fast.
Really, really fast. This is teeny tiny.
Nice.
The way I'd be like, we're gonna do a manga for this one.
My manga is all my sightseeing. I'm doing actual books for my legs. That's my rule for myself. Otherwise, I will manga every leg, and that's not fair.
Margaret.
Yeah, I'm so we had a bit of a panic this morning because I was going through all of my my science fiction books, because I'm reading for sci-fi this time. And I was like, oh my God, none of these have a source of light on them that is lit up. What am I going to do? Am I actually going to have to read Caliban's War?
If you would have messaged me that this morning, I literally would have been like, put the phone down.
I wouldn't have even I would just be like, no, I'm doing this to myself. But I did look again at A Psalm for the Wild Built. Oh yeah, I also panicked this morning because I realized I uploaded the wrong timer last night. So I have to, we're in the process of the soul timer being uploaded.
Fine.
Okay, that's why we have to go back to Antananarivo for the first timer, but it's okay. Because
anyways, there is a lamp on A Psalm for the Wild Built, so that's what I'm going to be reading for this leg.
Good book.
I'm not sure if I'm going to start reading it now because I have other things to do, but
it's all right. You'll get there when you get there. Let's say hello to everybody. Hello to Kelly. I'm in Canada where it's 41 degrees.
God bless you, Kelly.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think people understand when the Floridian is like, God help you. That's when you know it's hot.
Yeah, that's when you know it's hot. Somebody from Florida is like, "Oh, mama."
It's so hot.
I just finished my to-do list, so now I can read my soul away. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. We've got some sci-fi friends here already waiting on everybody in Seoul and sightseeing. Excellent. What did you read to get to
bless you, Heather.
Hello. I'm trying to finish a book before starting on the new leg. That is always the thing. It's like, I'm still in the middle of something. Do I just drop or do I go? If it's a sightseeing book, you can just drop, to be honest. We've got some romance here. We've got some fantasy here. Hello, hi. I will be joining with a dinner sprint to start. I will also be doing a dinner sprint at some very soon point. I don't think it'll be this one because I have left my makeup on to force myself to read. Or not read, film. Because if I don't, Yeah, I only read when I have such a pretty face.
I was like, I didn't see the correlation for a second. I was like,
if I take my makeup off, I won't film. And if I don't film, I'm not going to have everything ready by the time I go to Ireland. I am reading a sightseeing book, eating lunch. I do need to film. So you can come into my DMs and shout at me if I haven't. Reading Wildfire by Hannah Grace. Have you already read Wildfire?
who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Not as much as Icebreaker.
Oh, that's fair. Margaret, I love your fucking up the group project. We've got some stabby ghosts here. Hello, Julie. It's a high of 92 here in Pennsylvania. Trying to get to Antananarivo with We Have Always Been Here by Samara Habib. Hello.
Ours is supposed to be 93. So
hot.
Oof.
We're in the same boat, Martin.
I don't hate to be cold, but I prefer being cold over being too hot.
See, if I'm cold, I can't get warm. Like, it does not matter how many layers I put on. Like, there's a point where I cannot get any, like, I can't get, like, it won't work.
Okay.
I'm weak.
It's okay. We've all been there. Reading nonfic about the history of the American road trip. Hello. It's 83 Fahrenheit today, and that is perfect for me. I love heat. I do not love the heat. I am happiest.
I hate them both.
I am happiness in Celsius between about 10 and 18. That's my sweet spot.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's my sweet spot.
Yeah,
anything else?
My sweet spot in Fahrenheit is like 60 to 75. That's my sweet spot.
Yeah.
Because it's not too hot. It's not too cold. If I'm a little cold, I just put on something with long sleeves and I'm good to go.
Yeah. Agreed, Shay. You can always put on extra layers if you're cold. Yeah. Correct. Reading How High We Go in the Dark for Soul. Would much rather be too cold, but I'm in Texas where it's normally hell, but the tropical depression has made it cool. I don't even know what a Texan cool would be.
If it's colder in Texas than it is here in Canada, I have
that says something.
Where do I submit my irritation to? Like, who do I complain to?
The funny thing about Texas is they get as hot as we do here, but we don't ever get cold enough to get snow, hardly.
Right.
Texas gets snow?
Texas can get, like, not a lot, but can get snow. And, like, was it last year or the year before? They had a cold snap that was so intense they lost their entire power grid. Like, people died.
Wow.
Because their homes aren't
meant
made for the heat or for the cold. So
we've got
Hi, Carly.
I am still in Toronto. I'm enjoying this book. I just can't find the time to read it. It's A Lady for a Duke. I've heard really good things about that book. I really want to check that one out. I was not made for the cold. I'm a desert girl.
Fair.
See, I was not made for the desert.
There is a difference between desert heat and humid heat. Those are different heats.
There's a dry heat and there's a humid heat. And I absolutely despise a humid heat. But let me tell you,
ocean.
Let me tell you what I do love. I love being by the water in the middle of summer when it's really hot.
Yeah.
I will stay there for days.
The difference between where I live now, which is on the coast of Florida, and where I lived in college, which was in the middle of Florida, like in both heat and cold. Like you can't, like, can't even wrap your head around it.
Like
especially the cold, because it got colder in Gainesville than it gets here, or felt colder in Gainesville than it feels here a lot of the time.
It's the real feel, y'all.
Yeah.
Analyzing bird call audio files for a class. It is 60 degrees Fahrenheit right now at 2:00 in the morning. I guess I would rather be too hot.
That for you.
Since I keep choosing to live in tropical places. That's fair. As a Canadian, I would rather be too cold. There are so many ways to warm up. It's 15 degrees Celsius here today. You need to be in that part of Canada.
Where are you in Canada? I need to move.
You need to be in that part. I'm just starting Iron Flame. Just starting Iron Flame for the New City prompt.
Nice.
From Below by Darcy Coates to get to Seoul, 86 Fahrenheit. I'd rather be hot because AC is a wonderful invention. Yeah, it's great if you live in a country that knows what AC is.
That's the problem. Canadian homes do not have air conditioning because until recently we did not require it.
No. Neither do German homes and neither do Irish homes. And Irish homes and German homes are built to keep in the heat.
Yeah. And the worst part is like AC then makes the climate worse. Like we need the AC to survive, but then that worsens the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, can we please?
We've got to figure some kind of a balance out somewhere. Mm-hmm. I'd rather be too cold. Working on warming up is better than fainting from the heat. Correct. Mm-hmm. I would much rather warm myself up than pass out because it was too hot. Mm-hmm. Reading Profit for Soul, but I will be switching to my Antananarivo book, Words of Radiance. Way too long to have finished in 3 days, but I am almost done. Fair enough. We'll get you there. Pretty hot. It's pretty hot, around 80. I hate being both, but I am annoyed being hot. I hate being cold.
I feel this. This feels pretty accurate.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, me too. I hate both, but I know I would prefer being one. Hello, hello. I'm reading Just for Summer for my leg prompt and A Court This Cruel and Lovely for sightseeing. Excellent. You enjoying it? Hi, everyone. We're switching between 3 books. What 3 books are you switching between? I would prefer to be cold, which is hard living in tropical country. Yeah. You did not pick that battle correctly. Hello, hello. Trying to decide what to read next. Do you already have ideas or do you
have options? Give us options.
Yeah, if you still need help deciding, let us know. We're more than happy to help.
We are so happy to help.
We're good at that.
We are.
We are. We can't decide for ourselves, but we can decide well for other people. Mm-hmm. Loved that book. Read it before watching the show. There's a show.
Yeah, recently came out.
I need to go find the show. Yeah. Sprints are over. I'll see you later. Okay, bye. I need to go find the show. See you. Have fun getting to Soul, everybody. Bye. Reading The Darkness Outside Us as a reread for the city prompt to get to Soul. Also, cold is always my first choice. Yes.
Okay, real quick interjection here. Like, I'm still reading while we're chatting because I'm loving this book so much. Mm-hmm. There's a line here that says, "No one buys a chainsaw before dawn with good intentions." And I'm just like, yes, I am here for the vibes of this book so hard.
That's true.
Oh, I need to read that book.
It's so good.
I'm gonna message you for the name of it because I totally forget by now. But I'm gonna message you for it.
The Rest of the Story by Tal Bauer.
The Rest of the Story. I'm gonna write that down.
I'll leave it right here till you're done. Because everybody should be reading.
Virginia.
Thank you.
The same temperature as Florida right now. How is that even possible?
Aren't we all in the same kind of area?
No.
I mean, we're the same kind of area, but like that's what the temp is reading as right now where I am in this moment. Oh, we're a degree hotter now than we were 5 minutes ago.
Wow. You go. 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 31 degrees where I am in West Virginia, but it is stupidly humid. 100% prefer being too hot. Hate the cold. AC and fans are my favorite thing. It's a balmy 89 here after it being 90 the last few days. Reading A Curious Beginning to get to Soul. Reading Once More with Feeling, which has stage or spotlights on the cover. See, I love that there's so many ways that you can interpret this.
Mm-hmm.
I love that there's so many different ways that you can figure it out.
Yeah, someone's doing like the new, I think it's called Catch These Feelings. Mm-hmm. And there's like baseball stadium, like baseball field lights in the background. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're doing it for. And I'm like, that's the smart move.
Mm-hmm. I know someone else who's reading.
I had this one picked before the readathon started, so I'm glad it works.
I love when you can just slot one in because it just works out straight away. Mm-hmm. Hello, hello. Reading Hawthorne Brothers 2, skipped to Soul 3. It's 65 degrees. Definitely prefer too cold. I heard of that book, Shay, and now I want to read it. Well, you are selling it so perfectly with that chainsaw.
Right?
Hello, hello. Started The Silence of Shats.
And knowing what he's using it for now, like, I'm even happier.
Sorry?
We now know what he used the chainsaw for, and I'm here for it.
Ooh. Hello, hello. Started The Silence of that word. Thank you. Stars on the cover. And the prose is so beautiful and evocative. I cannot.
I love good prose. A story plot can suffer, but if the prose are good,
then you're in. I cannot do cold. I will take summer every time, but anything over 100 is too hot for me. It's 95 today here, and I love it. No,
thank you.
95 is like borderline too hot for me.
I feel like 70 to 80 is the nice spot for me, depending on the humidity.
Yeah, it's the humidity that really messes you around. That's what makes it worse.
Yeah.
Hope everyone is well. Reading A Court This Cruel and Lovely. Nice. I'm a reader and a knitter in hot and humid Maryland. 90s, not participating in the race this year, but have loved following your journey. Well, we're thankful that you're here either way. We've got some more people reading The Dark Outside Us, reading To Get to Soul. Would rather be cold because I can warm up easier than to cool off. That is correct. And it's 80 Fahrenheit where you are right now. Hello. Reading Nighttime for Us, Volume 2, Volume 1. I prefer to be too cold than too hot because I love snuggling up in blankets. But I'm currently in Texas, so I'm in the 90s. Also reading the rest of the story, and I'm with Shay. I have a stabby feeling, but I love it.
Julie, let's go stab him together, okay? Let's do it.
Do you guys need the matches?
No, we don't need the matches. We just need our stabby knives. We'll be fine.
Cool. We've got someone starting Burn, A Dark and Endless Sea. Currently reading The Way of Kings. Would always rather.
I saw a hell of a boss in your thumbnail, like in your profile picture, and that makes my heart so happy. That's what husbands and I are reading right now. Or watching. That's our watch. That's our show watch right now.
Brittany, we have different definitions of teeny tiny. Gave The Shadow Between Us by Trisha Levenseller 3 stars. It was okay, but not obsessed with it.
That's what I gave it.
Barely read for 4 days while I was away, so Cape Town was a GN for sure. That's okay. Life comes first during this month, so don't worry about that. Margaret, that book you're reading is very interesting.
This one?
This one.
It is. It's a host fave.
It is.
We've got some Team Sci-Fi. Lately, my dogs are very unamused with this going outside within like 5 minutes. Fair. Got some listening to Remarkably Bright Creatures. We've got some hellos. Finished playing Libby Chicken this morning and won. Fantastic. Making breakfast and listening to Lady Night. I would finally have some time to read. Excellent. Hope your exams went well. Patreon did me dirty this leg and picked the one book that didn't have an audio. Oh.
Mine doesn't have an audio either, Brie. We've got this.
But you seem to be
you have like an entire chat of people that might be able to sway that.
Yeah, we
for you in your favor.
Send
hey, go vote for this.
Finishing up my Paris book today, and then I start listening to my Cape Town audio. Supposed to hit 80 degrees today. Would the sand in the hourglass on the cover of A Court This Cruel and Lovely work for leg 7?
Is it a source of light?
Yeah, I don't know how it would be a source of light. I'm going to look up the cover to see.
Thank you.
I shall also look.
Let me take a look, because like the thing is if it's being lit by something, well, there are stars in there, my friend.
Like in the hourglass?
No, there's stars in the background. It looks like
they're just dots.
No, those are not stars. That's just dust motes. Okay. Like it looks like it's being lit by something else that is.
It's being lit from something behind it, so I would count it.
Okay.
There you go.
I wouldn't be mad if you counted it. We'll put it that way.
There you go. I hope that answers.
Yes, I am a UF alumni, Carly. Class of 2010.
There we go. We've got so many comments here that if I keep scrolling, we are never going to get to reading. So how do we feel about getting some reading done?
Absolutely.
Julie has got a very important question. Can we repurpose the chainsaw?
We could probably repurpose it, but for the purpose it was used at this moment, I'm okay. But we could probably repurpose it and do what we actually want to do with it.
Also, we've got Rye who doesn't really know what to read yet. So, Rye, do you need some suggestions?
We are happy to help.
We are very happy to come.
It's
and
why
help
we're
out.
here.
No.
Gabby wasn't talking about Song for the Wild Bill. Gabby was talking about the fact that if you weren't here, someone made a mistake on the timer and didn't realize it until about 3 hours ago, and it takes 4 hours for these things to upload.
It's fine.
That's
fine.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
It happens.
So we're gonna go back to Antananarivo, and we're gonna go for an hour and 15.
We're waiting for Brittany to catch up.
Yeah, it's just because I'm not there yet. That's why.
Yeah. It's also because I would like to get this bloody video filmed, and then I can do some reading when I'm finished with that. So we'll see each other in an hour and 15.
Oh, I see why you started it here, Aoife.
No, it's just how it happened, you know? Have fun getting shit done, everybody.
Now boarding flight AMZ 699 to Antananarivo.
Welcome back, everybody. How did everyone do in the comments? Do let us know. I have filmed a video. I caught up for next week. Well, I got filming for next week done. I just need to edit them. And I think I'm at like 20% or so of All the Light We Cannot See. I'm like early stages into it, but I read it first in like 2014 or so, and I remember loving it, and I was correct. It's such a good book. It's really like beautifully written.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you need to be when your main character is blind and like can't rely on seeing things.
Exactly.
You're kind of spending a lot of time in Maggie's head and like seeing the world from her point of view.
Yeah.
And then I had dinner.
Nice.
Shay, how'd you do?
So I'm now 118 pages into the rest of the story, and I'm still obsessed. Talbauer's writing is a thing of beauty. Like, there are so many lines I keep underlining. And, you know, we have a hero who's like, I don't deserve him. And so I'm like, stop. And so he keeps saying things like, stop being wonderful. Stop shouldering this burden with me. And I'm just like, I'm obsessed with you now. And it's so good. It's so, so good. Because they're basically rebuilding this team after all of that together. Because he's like, now officially at this point, he's been made the captain, but he was the unofficial captain for a while. And then the love interest was kind of like the alternate captain. So they're basically rebuilding and running this team together. And so I'm like, forced proximity because of that. And they had like this whole like makeout scene. And so we have our younger hero is actually a virgin by choice because he wants sex to mean something with someone, which is not something you see a lot in male-male relationships. So I'm like,
but I like that.
Like, everything about this, yes. Like, it's at this point I can tell you it's 6 stars. Period.
I have written it down.
It's gonna take a lot for this to not be 6 stars for me.
I'm so ready. Brittany, how did you do?
You're muted, honey.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You think since I do this all the time, I would know how it works. But
you know what's more fun when you are on Sprint by yourself and don't remember to unmute yourself?
I did this the other day because I muted before I went live, and then I was used to it usually just unmutes when the video's done. So I was expecting it to, and it didn't. And I was like, oh, well.
Rude.
There you go. I filmed a video because you gave us a nice long sprint, and I needed to do my mid-year scramble video. Margaret's laughing because I had so much time to film this, y'all, and I chose not to.
But it was very funny. We had a moment yesterday where Brittany was like, oh my God, I need to do that. I was like, you've had the graphic for a week.
I still need to film it, and I have no idea what my focus is going to be.
Yeah, instead, I waited until it was 40 degrees to film it. That's
such a good idea.
I decided to do.
That's such a great idea.
Wasn't it?
I did also order the lunch. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got enchiladas.
Nice.
It should be delivered in the next like 10 to 20 minutes. So
nice. It might time up with the next sprint. You never know.
That would be nice.
I got slightly distracted. If you can still, as long as you can see that black screen back there, the stupid timer is still processing. It's currently uploading to YouTube, and my internet hates me. I may move to Baltimore with my brother, despite the cold. Just for his internet, right? Just for his internet. I mean, he's got a pretty cool apartment, but there isn't an extra bedroom there, so I might have to like do something about him if I do. But anyways, I got a little distracted because my dad needs a new project, and so the new project is going to be him building me a record stand or a like record night table for over there. So, we were sitting down figuring out the dimensions for all of that.
Fun. So that's fun.
And I had to close all of the blinds because we have a child cleaning our windows currently. He's like 20, but like still baby.
Still baby.
And he doesn't need to see inside my room because I'm not cleaning it.
And also, if he was at that window right there, his face would be on camera.
He literally started at that window.
Of course he did. Everyone on
you hear banging. No one's trying to break into my house. They're just cleaning the window.
Just a man cleaning a window. It's all good. Everyone in the comments, how did you do? We had a couple of people joining us during that sprint. Hello, hello, hello. I am 50 pages into my soul book, and I'm back to work after this lunch break. So enjoy your reading. I hope you have a nice afternoon at work. Hello, hello. Okay, so what do we think about a post-apocalyptic book versus movie vlog?
Love it.
Could be interesting.
I think that would be a very interesting idea. I'd watch that. Hello, friends. Sliding by to hydrate with the like button and to send hugs between coaching casts today. Interesting.
Aw, I love that.
Nice day. Got to 17%. That's excellent. Finished some dishes, made coffee, read 46 pages. That's fantastic. Got some more hellos. Did a bit more reading. Took a nap. I hit 22% and I am doing a fun fangirl over this book. I loved the chainsaw.
I know, right?
The chainsaw is the main character.
The chainsaw is like the best secondary character because I'm still obsessed with the character. She's reading the same thing I am. So
made it to 12% of Iron Flame. Excellent. 38% into Remarkably Bright Readers. 18% into my ebook. Started laundry, cleaned the kitchen, meal plan for the rest of the week, switched laundry. Made it to 94% of my audiobook. That's fantastic work. 30 minutes left in my overleft sightseeing book. Excellent. Haven't read, but I did have dinner, and then I stared at the wall. That's
a mood some days, honestly.
Reasonable.
That was me yesterday. I did lots of staring at walls.
Real.
It happens.
Some days you genuinely just need the disassociation. 99 pages into another first chance. Finished nighttime and finished the sightseeing book from yesterday. I'm not sure what I want to do now, but it sounds like everyone else is doing great. So do you need some options? Do you need some suggestions? Do you need some choices? Can we help?
Read the rest of the story by Tal Bauer. That is my suggestion to you.
We've got Tal Bauer's marketing assistant right here beside us.
Yep.
Finish the bird call.
That isn't here, so I have to do it in her stead.
Switched over to coding the analysis for it. I'm not a fan of coding. I have never coded in my entire life, and I feel like it would break my brain.
I can't build spreadsheets. I'm that dumb. So,
yeah, I can't do basic computer things. So, that's much more high tech than I can.
I'm married to the person who does the coding and the programming, so he just does it all for me.
Yeah, the German is like the IT person, and I am the pretty face.
Yeah,
I am the aesthetics. I cannot figure it out. And we all know that I struggle with numbers and mathematics, and quite a lot of coding is numbers and mathematics. So I'm just not going to do that.
Let's not do that to Eva.
That's not. DNF'd Some Desperate Glory at 20 pages and now about to start another Leg 7 book. Which book
I'm sorry, it was a bummer. What are you thinking, Beth, in her book?
What are you thinking instead? Still working on my assessment. I have 500 words left of that, and then I'm hoping I can read tonight. Fingers crossed, and I hope that your assessment goes well. I'm about 10% of my way to Soul. Nice. What is it that you're reading? Reading It by Stephen King, 40 pages in. Excellent work. Someone on Litfic is reading a Stephen King as well. They're doing 11/22/63, and that one, so good.
Those things are monsters, both of them. They're like some of his longest books. I'm like, that's a choice in this readathon.
They're huge.
I was just about to say, we went large.
Yeah. I read 11/22/63. I think it was something like 750. Joined to be productive. Promptly got pulled into a work call and then realized I need lunch. So mission accomplished? ? Yeah. That still sounds like you're getting stuff done.
You got your work call done. You're getting your lunch done. You're still good.
Yeah.
We're going to go do lunch here next sprint.
Good plan. What are
I
you thinking?
refuse to look at my computer any longer.
What are you thinking?
Oh, it's going to be what we call brunch here.
Oh.
Which means that I am having breakfast at 2 p.m.
I love that.
That happens. Those are days.
I'm too lazy to actually do an actual lunch. I'm sorry.
That's so fine. My lunch today was 2 slices of toast, guac, chorizo sausage, and tomatoes sliced up on top of it. And I was just like, this is the best you're going to get from me right now.
That sounds great.
It was really nice. I had a great
I
time.
don't even have that as an option because I'm allergic to avocado.
Oh, no.
That's so sad.
You're a terrible millennial.
Yes, terrible millennial.
But at least you can afford a house. So
it's only because I bought my house 9 years ago when the housing market wasn't insane where I live.
There you go. Yeah. I have instructions from the professor for coding, but I still hate it. Yeah, I would not do anything that even touches coding. But I hope that it all goes well for you.
I used to do some of it back in the early days of the internet in HTML.
Oh, I can HTML. That's as far as I get. That's as far as I can get, though. Beth is going to try the first bright thing instead.
Oh, nice.
Good luck, and I hope you enjoy. 11, 22, 63, and It are both amazing. See, I have never read another Stephen King book because I am a chicken. So
I've not read any Stephen King either, so you're good.
I've read one, and I will not read more. The Shining.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one to just go one and done with.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good one and done. Mm-hmm. I know that if I read Pet Sematary, I would never sleep again.
Fair.
I would genuinely never sleep again. I guess I'll have you guys pick something. I would read the rest of about IRL stuff. I want you to pick between Rainbow, Unordinary, or All Out. Okay, so everyone in the comments, those are your 3 options. People on the screen, I'm thinking Rainbow.
Rainbow.
That's what I was thinking. I have no reasoning behind my choice.
Everybody votes for Rainbow. Do the Rainbow.
Pride Month.
It's Pride.
I'll stick with the group. I'll vote for Rainbow.
Rainbow Connection.
The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
I'm reading Swan Song by McCammon. Nice. Cleaning a bit, but hopefully I will get to read on the next sprint. Currently reading God Killer, but so far not loving it.
I've heard that one's hit or miss for most people.
It is.
I've heard that too.
Elantris is good.
I loved it, but
hello, I will be reading Elantris, which Shay enjoyed. We are having egg and avocado salad sandwiches. So sorry, Shay. Teaching the 10-year-old to make it so we have one more easy lunch he can do on busy days. That's such a good idea.
It really is.
I have always thought about like what level of cooking can you introduce into the kitchen depending on what age they are. Like, can I have a 12-year-old making an entire roast dinner? And apparently, no, you can't do that.
It's a little heavy.
But you can work up to it.
And if you help them.
Yeah, you have to like supervise.
Had me do some of those.
Mm-hmm. It also
if you did it in a crock pot, maybe that would be the closest.
Oh yeah, like put it into an air fryer and press a button. That would be fine.
Yeah.
We have a couple of votes for Rainbow, so I think we know where we're going to go with that. So let us know what book that you picked for Rainbow.
Christina says Rainbow. It is
excellent. I read parts of Full Dark No Stars by Stephen King and distinctly remember a story about giant rats in the sewer, and I have never finished it. That's instant nope from me.
Instant nope from me.
Absolutely not.
Nope. What is this man obsession with sewers? Doesn't Pennywise live in the sewers too?
Yeah.
Steven, I need to move on.
One time.
He must have fear of the sewer and decided to write it. That's my guess.
No, absolutely not. I once in life, because I lived near an ocean, saw a wharf rat once. And I swear, I climbed the person I was with like a tree to get off the ground. I was like, absolutely.
Oh, I would have also.
Absolutely.
I would have immediately other direction.
That is much too large to be anything that it is.
Immediate swerve.
Was it a rodent of unusual size?
It was a rodent that was unholy. That was.
A genetically modified rodent.
Absolutely not. No.
The Long Walk is a very underrated Stephen King. I think if there was one other Stephen King I would try, it would probably be The Ballad of Rita Hayworth, because that is what Shawshank Redemption is based upon.
Oh, yeah?
And Shawshank is one of my favorite movies. So I would do a little kind of compare and contrast. But other than that, Stephen King is not for me. Sarah Reed, I love it. It's one of my faves. Sorry?
I said, I don't know. I have no opinions about his books one way or the other at this point.
That's fine. I do not have enough information to take part in this discussion. Is a valid answer.
All I can say is his writing book is good.
I have heard that. My mind goes, if it's cute Remy the rat, Ratatouille rat, it's fine by me.
But if that's all it is, it's fine. Like, if it's anything beyond that, no thank you.
Even then, I'm kind of like, Like, I know so many people keep rats as pets, and I know that they're a very nice pet to keep, but I'm just like,
I can't. But there's a difference between a rat that you keep as a pet and can keep clean and all that, and a
there's a distance. There's a difference between like domesticated and wild. Yeah. I know that,
correct.
But it still gives me a. Okay.
No.
I tried reading the Dark Tower series, and it was a big no. The way he described women and sex gave me the creeps. I have heard this a lot.
Oof, Stephen.
I've heard this about Stephen quite a bit. I absolutely cannot do scary books. My scare level is Holly Jackson. That's totally fair. That is totally fair. I just know I would have been an absolutely terrible host for Team Spooky because I would have been sitting in the corner crying for the entire month.
I got lucky with my first round with Team Spooky. We'll see how my second round goes when I get there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I liked Salem's Lot, was scared by Christine, and totally freaked out by The Shining. No more. That's fair. Once you know your limit, you're good. Once you know where you're good. I am too chicken to read his horror, but I have thought about dipping my toe into his fantasy-esque books. I didn't know he had fantasy-esque books.
He does. He does have a couple.
Huh. Still scared though. That's fine. It's not like you're going to be a terrible reader if you've never read a Stephen King before. Nobody's keeping track on that, so you're all good.
Some people are.
Some people need to get out more. Meanwhile, when I read The Shining, I finished and said, wow, that was a really fun book.
I mean, to each their own. I'm not out here to yuck somebody's yum.
That is a take.
Mm-hmm.
I would be terrified, but that's a take. Did you also enjoy the movie of it? And did you think it was better or worse than the film? Or the book? I really like Hearts in Atlantis by King. It's a collection and has a really good Vietnam era historical or lit fit story.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm okay with rodents, amphibians, and reptiles. Hard no to insects. I am so not okay with reptiles. I'm so not okay with it. I remember one day my friend and I went to Dublin Zoo, and she went to the reptile house, and I was just like, you know what? I am going to be outside, and I will see you when I see you. You have all the fun. I'm going to be here.
Yeah, I can't do snakes. I can't do spiders.
Nope.
It's the way they move.
They're huge.
It's not. It doesn't work for me.
Big reason why I don't live in Australia.
Nope.
No.
That's hilarious.
They ain't have no snakes in Germany that I've seen. I saw a massive rat as a child, and it triggered a phobia.
Yeah,
of them
no. Rodents are very like no.
Interesting, because I don't find King books all that scary. They tend to be more about character analysis or setting the scene. See, this is what I mean by everybody reads the same book differently. In that I could read it and be terrified and not sleep for 6 entire years, and you could read it and be like, that was so much fun.
Fascinating character study there.
I don't think he's ever going to be put on like an exam where you have to like critique it literally, though. I don't see that happening.
Oh.
From
a Buick 8 sounds like something I could maybe do.
Not really a horror, mostly lit fic with an alien car that mostly just sits there while the book explores human relationships and stuff. That sounds like an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, humans are the scariest thing. Humans are quite terrifying. I will give you that.
We are kind of scary.
Yeah. Haven't watched the movie yet. It's on my list, but maybe in July. That's fine. We got stuff to do in June. The books I want are not on Kobo. They're not on Kobo Plus.
Really?
So I have Divergent, Hunger Games, and Maze Runner. Might need to change the topic because 3 books is not enough. 3 books is good for a vlog. I think 3 books is your sweet spot.
I think 3 to 5 is a good sweet spot for a vlog, depending on how much you're going to get into it and how long you want your vlog to be.
Exactly. I liked Stephen King's Rose Madder, a bit of mythological and women win. Okay. I actually prefer his son's writing style. I've loved all Joe Hill's novels and graphic novels.
Interesting.
Interesting. He's written pretty much every genre, but he gets pushed just as horror. Yeah, you do hear more of Stephen King's a horror writer than any other.
All of our Stephen King in our bookstore, we put in horror because that's where people go to look for him.
Yeah.
Whether it's horror or not.
Yeah.
I just Googled Wharf Rats, and it's a good thing I'm on Team Spooky.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I want to go and Google that, but
I'm so sorry.
What it looks like.
Don't do it.
Don't live near an ocean.
I'm so okay not knowing.
We both live near oceans. Well, you don't live near a port city though, so I don't know. Yes, you do.
I do. I just haven't been near the port city.
I live in the middle of a very dry state for reasons.
I live quite inland, and I'm so happy about that.
You're also because I looked up the North American interior ocean that existed a billion years ago or whatever, and you're in a pretty good spot for when all of the ice caps melt again.
Yep. I'll just get a nice little lake. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I will no longer exist, but it's fine.
Because basically the whole valley that I live in used to be what they call Lake Bonneville.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Fancy Kingfisher's horror a lot more nightmare-inducing than most of the Kings that I've read. I am afraid of birds. Rodents don't bother me as much. Birds can go fuck themselves.
Birds are
you know what bird can go fuck itself the most? Ostriches.
Mm-hmm. They're mean.
I swear to God, this genuinely happened one night. I was so close to falling asleep, and then out of nowhere, I hate ostriches so much. And then silence. My ex-boyfriend said, I had to put my ear really close to your head because I genuinely thought that you had died. And your last words would have been, I hate ostriches so much. Can you imagine if that was my last words?
I mean, that's a way to go out, though, really.
Iconic, though. Iconic,
would be iconic last words. That's
what
for sure.
a way to go. I want to be on a list for that. Birds are the worst. I hate birds. I was chased into oncoming traffic by a bird while I was checking. See, birds are the worst.
Birds are rude.
Really
They're mean.
Canadian geese are awesome. I hate Canadian geese.
Geese will kill you.
Geese have teeth.
They're very aggressive. They're really, really aggressive.
Did you see the thing that went viral? Like, I think, what was it, a year or so ago? Somebody on like Waterloo campus, they just like grabbed the goose or the swan by its neck and just hucked it.
What the
fuck? Yeah, the goose was coming at them, and they're just like.
They really are. Yeah, they're awful.
They are. The most hated bird in South Africa is the hadida. Also, I have a question. If Canadian geese Canadian, why in Berlin?
That I don't know.
Does someone want to tell them that Canada, not Berlin?
They can't all come here. Well, we won't survive.
That's true.
Imagine there's
they have to spread it out so that they don't wipe out all the Canadians.
Canadians are now extinct. It's just a land.
We wiped out the Canadians, and now we gotta go all international and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here for the animal slander, but also I can understand this is not animal slander. This is Canadian goose slander. This is different.
Canadian geese.
With a side of ostrich.
With a side of ostrich. Apparently
the slander is birds or jerks.
That was not the worst I've ever done. Apparently, I sang the first 2 bars of Happy Birthday, like dead asleep, 2:00 in the morning, just like a creepy child in the corner. Apparently, I haven't heard anything that I sleep talk since, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
What was going on in your life?
I don't know. Birds are scary. Du Maurier's novella, The Birds, was easily the scariest thing I've read over this past month. White geese are the worst ones. No, I'm afraid it has to go to the Canadians this time. White geese are bad, but Canada geese are the worst.
Canadian geese are worse.
They are the worst. The
hatred. There is a reason that the Waterloo College campus literally maps out where the nests are and tells students to they just tell students to avoid that shit.
Yeah. I believe it. Like seagulls, as soon as they see you with food, they are on top of you.
That's you freaking tourists' fault.
It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. I just wanted to eat my ice cream.
Seagulls and squirrels are entirely annoying because of the freaking tourists that feed them because they're cute.
Squirrels.
I don't want to hear nothing about that.
Time for squirrel slander.
Y'all Northerners created that monster.
I'm not here for squirrel slander. I'm not. On that note, shall we go into another hour?
Sure.
Hour 15.
I'm probably gonna bounce because I'm gonna have to leave for work within the next hour. So
okay.
Totally fine.
Loved reading with y'all. Read Tal Bauer. I'm gonna keep reading a little bit longer while I eat my lunch, which should be delivered any second now.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
See y'all later.
See you later. Have a good day. And we are going to go into an hour-long sprint, and we will see each other afterwards. Have fun getting shit done, everybody.
Now boarding flight AMZ 699 to Antananarivo.
Welcome back, everyone. We lost a Shay, but we gained an Eva. And to be allowed to be on these sprints, you have to have an opinion about Canadian geese, and it can't be a good one.
I don't like geese in general. Canadian
You may
geese
say.
here are terrible too. Like absolutely terrible. Like they'll chase you and like no thanks. Okay. Just like they walk in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
If you're too close to a body of water, which I live by a lot of bodies of water. So there we are.
We have somebody in the comments who was chased into oncoming traffic by a Canadian goose.
You have to be careful.
Take the goose.
Like we don't take kids like to the parks that have like little ponds and stuff because the geese like sit there and they'll chase your kid, bro. Like they will like if you gets too close to them, they'll like honk at them and like chase them. So traumatic, honestly. I have no love for geese at all.
None.
We just have really stupid, ugly ducks here.
I would take that over geese. I love ducks. Ducks are
These are
that over
like to put how stupid they are. I've had one actively fly into my car. Like they are so dumb, and they're so
through something that day.
Floridian ducks are not the smartest.
They're not like
from
mallard
Florida.
ducks.
Like they're you know how there's the Florida man.
Yeah, the Florida duck.
Do you think that like the duck community has like Florida duck is like in the news again?
The mallards are like we don't associate with them.
I don't communicate with Floridians.
You get Cassie down here, let her just go ham with them near the library. Like they'll walk out into traffic. They have no. They're just dumb and ugly.
Precisely. Everyone in the comments, how did you do in that sprint? Brittany, how did we do?
I have finally reached chapter 51. Which, I mean, if you're not reading this, that gives you no context, but it's far.
I mean, it looks far from what you are holding up.
I have, I think, 150 pages left.
Hold on, let me see where I am in my book, because I think I'm around the 30-ish percent, 34% in.
I don't know my percentage because I'm using Audible, because they're rude like that.
Do they not give you percentages?
No. You have to do math if you want to do that.
Audible doesn't. She'd have to be tracking her pages, like her literal like book pages in Storygraph.
Nah,
but
got time for that.
But also, if you do that, you can't. This is like the one thing I hate about Storygraph, which is why I also use a spreadsheet, is that they don't have an option to do mixed where you can track both audio and like you can't track it if you're immersion reading. So if she's tracking in Storygraph and she's using the audiobook because she wants it to count as audiobook listening minutes, or whatever, then she has to just do that, and then she has to either do math or she has to just wait till she finishes the damn book.
Which I don't do either. I just go, I'm on this page now.
I'm here.
Yeah.
This is where I am.
There.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I don't like about Storygraph is because I track everything in pages. I don't care how many minutes I listened to it. I want to know how many pages the book was.
Yeah, and in my spreadsheet, I track both because I can. Like I can type in like how many now because of the way Allie does her spreadsheets, which like I'm not complaining. Okay, it cost me only $10. I paid more than that for a planner that had way less shit in it. And like because of how she does it, you have to do whole numbers.
Yeah,
so I have to
decide be like 37.5 hours or whatever.
Yeah, so I have to like decide if I'm going to round up or round down. So a lot of times, like if the minutes for it is like less than 50, so if it's like 35 minutes and 45 seconds, then I just round down to 35 minutes or 35 hours, 35 minutes.
D&D style rules.
Yeah, so I just round up or round down depending on where it falls. But it at least gives me the analytics for books that I've actually read using audio.
Yeah, I do the same with Call Pile. I will log if it's 30 minutes or under, I will log it as the hour that it is. So like if it's 10 minutes, 10 hours, 27 minutes, I'll log it as just 10 hours. If it's 10 hours and 37 minutes, I'll go for 11 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That would drive me absolutely batty.
It'd be what it'd be. I am not mathematicking.
I am that I'm not mathy. I'm just that anal.
That's fair too. How was your sprint? What did you do?
Well, I made breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
My mother talked with me, so we didn't do any reading, but I wasn't planning really on doing it. I'm not planning on picking up a book until at least the next set of sprints.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Just, I don't want to think about reading.
That's fair.
So I watched The Expanse some more.
Nice.
Ooh, how are you enjoying it?
I love it. This is a hard season for me because their planets, part of the group is planet side, and Naomi can't really, like, she tries, but she can't do planet side because she's a belter, which is not a plot that was in the book. But I'm glad we at least tried for the show. I have digressions with how they handled it in the show because anyways, human body. But so this one, like, there's a lot of like, we're currently they're together, but I know there's going to be a lot of time where they're separated, and then next season they're separated, and I'm just like,
Feel that.
Yeah.
Neva, how was your sprint as you joined?
Wow. I read 2 chapters. And then I got followed. Here's the thing about my Instagram page is because I do diamond painting. Sometimes diamond painting shops follow me, and this is like a small diamond painting shop. Like, it's very like an independent diamond painting shop, but they have licensed artwork. So did I spend 30 minutes looking at their site?
That's all fine.
Did I also add $510 worth of diamond paintings into my cart to buy at a later date?
That's also fine too.
You know?
What are you reading?
I'm reading A Part of Your World.
Ooh.
Because here's the thing. So I am on general fiction, so I know this won't count for the points or whatever. I love you, Aoife, but I don't read.
That's okay.
Fiction.
My next leg is not going to be a general fiction. I don't think it's going to be a romance because I am starting to burn out a little bit. On
but all of my friends, which now I need to add because I forgot Brittany read this and I did not name Brittany. I named everybody but Brittany. So that's rude. I'll include you.
Wow. You can forget to have named me as well because I genuinely loved that, and it's the only Abby Jimenez I've loved.
Okay, well then I'm also going to add Aoife to my thing. I'm going to be like, just an amendment. I'm a terrible bestie. But I found this came in last night, yesterday afternoon, when I was on sprints with Kelsey, Rainey, and Katie. And I was like, oh, I need to read this because I've been waiting for a million weeks for this book. And so, I mean, I'm only 2 chapters in. Okay.
It's got a very adorable goat.
It's so good, though. Oh, have you met the goat?
I don't think you've met the goat 2 chapters.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's a little too early for the goat.
No, that's for Charlie. Go put it back. Will you hurry up, please? This is very uncomfortable. So I'm holding the door.
You look like you're getting a full body workout.
Seriously, the lunge that's happening here is like major.
Go grab one. Okay.
People in the comments, how did you do in that last sprint? Last time I was in London, we were catching our flight home, and one took one last walk. A squirrel straight up climbed up my leg to my hip. I was like, pardon me, I would also be, but also that's a Disney princess moment.
But also, they do this if they've lost their mother.
Oh.
So if they don't have like a mother anymore, they're like the only animal. Because this has happened to Ari before, and she freaked out. She doesn't like squirrels. And I was like, it's okay. And like, I got it off of her. But they do that if they a squirrel. If they've lost their mother. You got it?
Yeah.
Then they will try to find like help from a human being.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Ari. Have fun.
Bye, Ari.
I feel like knowing how geese are in general, they would be that way anyways, though.
Yeah. I think
like they are
weren't the
better than guard dogs if you have a farm.
Yeah, because nobody is coming anywhere near you if you are protected by a Canadian.
Guard dogs, at least you can train.
Canadian geese are the cats of the bird world.
Yeah. You know what? Cats you can train too, and cats are friendly. They just have boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cats are a very good lesson in boundaries. And if you meet somebody who says, "Oh, I don't like cats because they're so stuck up," do not like that person.
Yeah. Geese think that your space is their boundary.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I love cats, but cats don't love me.
I love cats. There's a new cat cafe that has opened a good bit across the city.
Yeah.
And I am instantly going there the second my plane touches ground when I come back to Berlin.
We recently had a bookstore open that has cats in it, and I'm like, I need to, like, it's like a rescue with bookstore combo situation.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, that's dangerous.
You adopt the cats?
Yes.
Oh,
I know. And
that's
they just
clever,
roll through the bookstore.
That is clever.
And I'm like, I kind of love that.
The problem is, what if I go to the cat cafe and I fall in love with the cat and they're like, no, the cat has to stay here?
Yeah, that is a problem.
It would genuinely break my heart.
Aoife moves into a cat cafe.
I mean, at least you know that, like, it's like visiting your friend and your friend's cat. So you can go see them whenever you want, but they don't get to come home with you.
That's true. Remarkably Bright Creatures is breaking my heart. Finished walking the dog and now getting started on Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief, and then making couscous with veggies and halloumi for a quick dinner. Nice. We've got some hellos. We've already got somebody sightseeing for Soul. That is phenomenal work. Listening to my childhood favorite author, Enid Blyton, for an illustrated cover. Finished my Leg 7 book on Vanessa Sprints an hour ago. That's amazing. We've got some more hellos. Good. Just finishing up my Paris book, which was Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Nice one. Hello, popping in my lunch break. Don't forget to like the live and subscribe to the amazing people. Yes, their names are not in the description, but they will be in the next sprint, as I know who was here and who was not. And also, when we go into our final sprint after that, we will be teleported to Brittany's channel at the top of the hour. Finished Rainbow. Good, but rough at points. First openly queer author duo, though. That's a nice box ticked. Finished The Last House on Needless Street, and I Had Dinner. Finished my City Prompt book for Leg 7. There's already people finishing their Leg 7 books.
I could be done mine if I wanted to be. I don't want to be.
They're doing so good.
These people are absolutely blowing my mind with how good they're doing in this readathon.
The people are amazing.
Yeah. 29% into Spark of the Everflame for Soul. That was a lunch sprint. Read 22 pages. Started another sightseeing book. 16% into my soul book, Winter's Orbit, and working on a crocheted blanket. We got some hellos to Neva. Hit 37% and moved on to my back porch. Finished my book for soul. Canada geese are small demons. They absolutely, completely are. Geese are terrifying.
Really,
they're the worst.
Loyal motherfuckers.
They're the worst. And they're very protective of their young as well.
Yeah.
They're young and they're people. Like, if you raise the goose, they're going to love you. You're fine. But anyone that wants to visit your house,
screwed.
Good luck having friends.
It's all right. I don't need friends. I have geese. Geese are terrifying literally everywhere. They chase me while on a run, hit a personal best on that short run.
Swans are also bad, in case you didn't know that.
Swans can break your neck.
Wow.
Swans have broken arms and necks before. Saying hi before leaving for my nail appointment. Hope you have a great time. 26% in, 14% left, and 42% left in my ebook. Geese live by the if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough rule in the worst way. Absolutely. Absolutely. About to start my book for soul, reading the
Maybe I'll teach my schnauzer to go goose hunting.
Yeah, I think you should. I think that you should absolutely do that. And if you don't, I'll do it. I will come over and personally do that.
They're such sweet babies, though. I don't know how well it would depend on that dog.
I hate geese that much that I will actively take this over for you.
Yeah.
Mostly spent the sprint getting ready to go to work, reevaluating my city book, still in a classic sci-fi mood and need an audio, so I might pick something different. Just started The Game of Kings, historical fiction set in a period of Scottish history known as the Rough Wooing, which sounds very interesting. Cleaning sprint.
I'm pretty sure I know which period of history that is.
What period of history is it though?
Oh God! Don't ask me actual dates, but I'm aware of that term and the what happened kind of in general.
You're familiar with it having been a time in the world, basically.
I am familiar with it having been a time in the world, specifically for Scotland.
Ducks and geese are only good for being delicious. You know what? That's a very Joey Tribbiani quote. Didn't he say like almost exactly the same thing about turkeys?
Potentially.
I mean, turkeys at least don't try and break your neck.
No. Turkeys are the ultimate hype man. Have you ever seen the videos of the guys who goes like, and then the turkeys, all of them go back.
To be honest, the only thing that I dislike more than geese are roosters. Okay, roosters are fucking good.
I don't really have an opinion on roosters because I haven't seen a whole lot of them.
Listen, I grew up in the country, okay, and my grandma lived next door, which I say liberally because there was like 5 miles between her and the next house, okay? But we used to like walk, and there was her neighbor, her closest neighbor, had a boxing rooster. And if you walked too close to their property line, if you did not walk down the middle of the gravel road, you walked too far over, he would chase you and try to fight you.
That's what a broom is for.
Fun.
Absolutely not, ma'am.
Fun.
No.
If you have
whack him with the broom.
If you have the Kindle book with your Audible, then it's one way to keep up with the percentages.
True.
I've done that.
Change the number to the duration on the spreadsheet, and then you can track every minute, and the stats track that too. We've got a shout out for Ari's bathing suit.
Yeah, I just want everyone to know that my kid has been she's been at the house on the other corner more than she's been home this summer, which is fine. Like, I don't care. They have like a pool in their backyard, so she like goes over there and their mom watches them and stuff. Like, that's fine. She has come home with a new outfit every single day. I'm like, where are you getting all these clothes? And she's like, oh, the little girl, I'm not gonna put her name on the internet, but like the little girl that lives over there rides her bus and is like 12, I think. So she's like a few years older than Ari. And like her little brother falls somewhere in between like her and then Ari, right?
Right.
Like yesterday, she came home with an entire matching unicorn outfit. And I was like, you have never matched this well in your life. I was like, where did you get that outfit? That's not what you left it. And she was like, oh, she gave me some clothes that she outgrew. I'm not going to need to buy school clothes next year.
No.
She's going to get a whole new wardrobe.
Just keep being friends with this girl, and you will have an entire new wardrobe within a year.
Literally.
Well, my dad was like, don't, because I'm trying to move out, okay? And my dad was like, maybe you should just have her take the bus from here every day so she can keep all of her friends. And I was like, that makes less paperwork for me at the beginning of the year, to be honest. Somebody can meet her at the corner and bring her up here.
Got home from Universal, just popping on to say hello. Made it 23% of the way to Seoul. Had a cat who decided her boundary was more important than mine, and thus I regularly wound up with her literal face inside of my mouth. Yeah. Cats are so good at doing that. You know how cats will show their love for you by headbutting you?
Yeah.
One of our cats would do that only to me and at the most inopportune times. Like when I had a cup of coffee right at my mouth. And then he's like, oh my God, I love you literally so much. And I'm like, bro.
Oh man, I had a friend that lived with her brother for a bit, and she had 2 cats and he had 1, and his cat hated her. And so her cats would come and they'd put their heads right on her chest. She's very well endowed. Just like basically they'd stick their heads down her shirt and like come for pets and purr and all that. His cat apparently saw them doing that one time and just came over, stuck his head down her shirt and hissed.
You know what cats are the absolute best at? Walking right on top of your chest and like sticking their paws right in. And you're like, this is not a trampoline.
No.
We need you to not do that anymore. My cat never does that, but my brother's male cat swishes past my legs so much. They do that too when you're carrying heavy shit. I'm sorry, we need to immediately swerve. I've never met one, but I have beef with kangaroos.
I saw you lose your train of thought, and I was like, why?
heard that comment just caught my eye, and I was like, "That's too good not to discuss."
I steer clear. Have you seen how those, especially the males, are built?
They are
attack.
very territorial.
100%.
Yeah, they're like the basis of a Hitmonchan and a Hitmonlee put together.
True, but this is why we did talk about not going to Australia for the animals.
Yeah,
earlier.
Yeah, this is another reason why, because I don't want to jacked up whatever they are.
Yeah,
like hands on site. Shall we go for a nice quick 20 minutes? That gives us a little bit of time to come back, to have a little chat, to wrap up here, and then we will all go and join Brittany after that. So let me set this up.
We might have a timer, by that point. If Premiere Pro can learn what time is.
Let's see where we go.
Will I put the right one up on screen is the question.
Let's see what happens.
I will send you a link when it's ready.
We'll figure it out when we get there. So we're going to go and get some reading. We're going to do some productivity, and we are going to have a good time. Have fun getting shit done.
Now boarding flight AMZ 699 to Antananarivo.
Welcome back, everybody. As you see in the ticker, that was our final sprint on my channel. But in 11 minutes, we will be heading over to spend time with Brittany. Let us know in the comments how it was that you did in that last sprint. If you got anything done, what it was that you did. Brittany, what'd you do?
I was trying to finish this thumbnail and I'm struggling.
That's okay.
None of the text colors looks right to me. And I've tried so many colors.
I've been there.
And I'm like, nothing is working and I don't know why. And soon I'm just going to give up and we're just going to go with something. And you'll all know that I wasn't happy with it, but that's okay.
That's okay. It happens.
It does.
Margaret? Mute.
I got distracted by Twitter just a little bit because somebody's throwing a hissy fit because the dude that shot 2 protesters in Panama last year or the year before got 48 years in jail. And it's the community notes are hilarious because it's like, yeah, murder is in fact illegal.
Good to know.
New information there.
Good to know. Neva, how'd you do?
Oh, I did great. I read another chapter. Okay. I also amended my vlog with an apology to Aoife and Brittany. And then I proceeded to say a good majority of my book besties have read this book just so that I can cover myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have anybody coming after me in the comments. You know what I mean? Also, if anybody was actually watching the camera, they probably saw me like giggling and throwing my hands in the air.
Are you kicking your feet and screaming?
Listen, we haven't met the baby goat, but we've seen pictures of the baby goat, and I am just
she's adorable.
It's the barnyard fun that happens in that book. It's just
I've
great.
never wanted to own a baby goat so badly. I don't actually want a baby goat, but like the thought of it.
It's making you broody for livestock. We'll do a quick hello to everybody in the comments. We've got the muscular kangaroos can go fuck themselves personally. We've got some people coming over from Vanessa's sprint. So hello, thank you for joining us. We're gonna go to Brittany's sprint in about 8 minutes. So thank you for joining me here. We will be straight over with Brittany as soon as this is over finished here. We have got, I read 10%. Nice. Just watched the football match. Yeah, I think Switzerland and Hungary kicked off about an hour-ish ago. I have no idea how that is going. Thank you for sprints. Thank you for coming. Finished my Antananarivo book and have arrived. Fantastic. And now off to Seoul. What are you going to be reading to get to Seoul? I just need to finish 80 pages for Cape Town, reading The Last Rose in the Sisters Ever After series. Nice. Enjoying it. Reached 48% in yours truly. Neva, we've got someone who is in the same book.
Yes. Listen, the writing is great, honestly. She might.
It was written quite well.
I think is like right now is currently like my favorite romance author, just because she's like so easy. Like I love all of her characters.
Yeah.
And her writing style is so easy to read. This, I'm sorry for the bird that is sitting on top of my house. But like so far, I'm loving Miss Abby's writing.
I will warn you that Abby Jimenez uses a very common trope you do not like in a lot of other books.
Yeah, a lot of other books.
A lot of other books.
Very common trope.
It's a very common one that they rely on heavily.
I know of at least 2 books.
Me too.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Those 2 books that Abby Jimenez and I have got standing.
I say this as a person who loved this book that you are currently reading.
Hands on side.
I'm putting something in the private chat, and y'all can just say whichever one it is.
I'm pretty sure you're guessing correctly.
I'm pretty sure whatever you're thinking is correct. You can put it in the chat, but
I'm watching the private
chat. It's Spain and Italy. Why did I think it was Switzerland and Hungary today? Thank you for coming. Thank you to everybody who was here, and we're going to see each other with Brittany in a couple of minutes exactly. Earlier was Denmark and England, and that was a 1-1 draw. The second one.
Well, really both.
Well, actually.
It's a nice combo package.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Listen, here's what I'm going to say about the second one that I put in there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never read that trope written that made me so angry until I read that fucking Long Shot or whatever the fuck that was. I don't even believe that was Kennedy Ryan, bro. Because I've read a book that I loved by her. I need to read the second one in that series. Long Shot, there's no way. Because the way that was written, disgusting. I absolutely hate it. I went on a rant to Brittany. I think on her sprints, actually.
Yes, you were. Or we were on sprints. Whether they were mine, I cannot confirm because all the sprints run together, but we were on
Brittany
sprints
together.
We all go together after a while.
We were on screen at the same time.
We were present. Somebody else may have been there. We have come to the end of the comments. Does anybody have anything that they would like to plug? We're going to go around the circle. Brittany, what have you got to tell people?
I have sprints in 5 minutes, but you're going to teleport there anyway. So, like,
You'll be there.
Come along.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
Margaret.
I have a readathon coming up in July if you want something chill to do.
That's fun.
All of these people on the screen with you will be helping me, I assume. Kind of haven't asked them yet, but I'm pretty sure.
You're just like, I haven't asked them, but this is me asking them now.
We're here.
Imagine if you asked us now and we're like, no.
All three of us just start shaking our heads like,
I'm just saying, I hope so, because I've already planned content around this. So
I filmed it today.
I have not planned content, but I can plan content.
I literally already told Ryan, I was like, I have another readathon next month, and he was like, are you serious? And I was like, it's way more low key, but I do have
much more chill.
It's much chill. And he was like,
much more chill.
I feel like he is also tired from this readathon, and he's not participating.
Yeah, the German is tired, and he's not even doing this. He's just tired of watching me read constantly. Neva, what you up to?
I have sprints with Nicole, as I do on Thursdays. They're not amazing readathon sprints, they're just our weekly whatever. And then I'll have sprints on Saturday, but I might have to move them right now. They're not scheduled, but right now they're set for 6 p.m. Eastern, I think, but I might have to move them to 8 p.m. because we're taking Ari to Inside Out too, and I can't like renege on that, so it is what it is. And then I'll have my vlog that I'm currently working on will go up on Monday.
Fun. The next time you will see me for sprints is going to be Monday evening. It is not going to be Saturday because somebody needs to pack. But we will see each other then. Thank you so much for coming. As we said, in about 3 minutes, we're going to be over on Brittany's channel, but you will be brought there straight away. So go snack, go get some water, go stretch, go to the bathroom, go pick out your book, do whatever it is that you need to do, and we will see each other with Brittany. Say bye, everybody. Bye.